So with the 12 batteries, I'll be able to film for 24 hours. Then with the 128 gigabyte SD card in the camera, I can capture the space. I can, I call that time and space, or space time. You know what I'm saying? Call it, give it nicknames. Space time. What's your space time? Your space time is how long can you film for? Meaning, how much space do you have? How much time can you film that space for? You know what I'm saying? Space time. That's nice. I like that. That's really catchy. Space time continuum. That's where it came from. I call it the space time continuum. That's just how it goes for me. That's how I look at life. I want to continually film life, continuously film life. So anyway, so those are really that's the base of it, because if you don't have enough space time, then it really doesn't matter what else you have, because you can't film it for too long. I can have the nicest mics and lights all on the camera, the fanciest equipment to operate the camera. If I only got one battery, I'm just gonna look stupid like I have before. You know what I'm saying? Don't think this hasn't come with a lot of pain, people. I done fell for years. I done fell on my face countless times. You know what I'm saying? Countless times. Like, you don't want to hear the stories. No, you do want to hear the stories. I'm not going to tell you the stories right now. I don't have time for that. It's not what it's about. I'm just letting you know that it's out there. I fell so many times, and you continue to fail. And it's all good. JFK says a mistake, an error does not become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. So, I made a lot of errors. You know what I'm saying? A lot of errors. I really made a lot of errors. You know what I'm saying? I've been defeated many times. I never fully failed. I've had many failures, but they've been temporary defeats. I've encountered so many temporary defeats. I just put them in a book. I'm gonna write about it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't fail so many times. But that's all I can remember. Like, I used to wrestle for 5 years, in middle school, from middle school to high school, total of 5 years, I used to wrestle, the lowest weight class, it would be 75 pounds in middle school and then 103 in high school. And that would mean when I was 103, I wasn't 103, I was only 85, because I was 75 out through middle school. So how am I just going to jump to 103 in ninth grade? That don't make no sense. Couldn't do it that fast. I barely made the minimum weight. Normally in wrestling, people are spitting and running in trash bags before the meets and tournaments to make the weight. They were stuffing honey buns in my, belly, before the tournaments to make weight, because I was wrestling 20 pounds under. You know what I'm saying? I was wrestling people 20 pounds bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? 25 pounds bigger. So, and I lost every match. In all my wrestling careers, I've only won like 5 matches. Like, I lost every match. And the only reason I say it like that with pride is because that means I never quit. You know what I'm saying? I lost for 5 years straight, never quit. You know, like, if I would have had more aggression, I would have been state champion. But that probably would have threw me off of everything that I do now. So I can accept that, even though I regret it to a certain extent of just not using my aggression and ambition to really win. Well, when it comes to this filming, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win now. You know what I'm saying? I already lost for 5 years straight and just wrestling alone. You know what I'm saying? So in what I do after that, I'm gonna win. I know how to keep going. That's all I know how to do, is to keep going. Yeah, I done failed so many times that I'm numb to individual failure. And I'm not saying that to test the universe, as in send me a failure that I'm not numb to. But when you send me that failure, I'll become numb to failures like that after that. You know what I'm saying? So, and what you're seeing right now, what you're listening to, is the gift and the curse. You're listening to the perspective that, that sparks me. But at the same time, it could be disheartening that sometimes, because when you see things coming, you may not always like what you see coming. It's simple as that. When you can see something coming, you may not like what you see. So, anyway, it started off with just a dream, and dealing with reality inside that dream, and not only dealing with reality with the dream, but also pushing through that reality and breaking through the reality. Because I won't lie to reality can really suck, and sometimes it does really suck. So I'll be honest about that. On one hand, I'm not trying to say that it has to, but on the other hand, I'm not trying to say that I don't think it does. You know what I'm saying? It does suck, but it doesn't have to. And that's where pushing through comes through. You know what I'm saying? Breaking through the barrier, breaking through what, you know what I'm saying? Like breaking through what is. Like I'm gonna break through with what is. I'm gonna break through what is with what I have to get what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna break through it. Like it sucks. Like my personal life, it just like it crumbles, man, like a freaking cookie. Like like a hard cookie. It just crumbles. You can't even bite it. It's not one of those soft, nuggety cookies. Just break your tooth. Like that's what reality is. Reality will chip your tooth. You know? Like like for real, man. This is crazy. Like the world we live in is just like damn near horrible. And I'm only saying that to balance out, to shed light on why I have my perspective, how I have it. You know, you know, like I know the world is not fully like this, but my world is. You know, I'm gonna make this world for myself. You know, but as my personal life crumbles, it only adds stress to me, of course, and also it would only serve to help me break through with the professional ambitions. Because if my personal life is crumbling, then I have no comfort. And if I have no comfort, then it's going to stimulate a necessity for the comfort. And then through the necessity for that comfort, the creativity, which I would think would flow when I have the comfort, it would have to flow then, even though I don't have the comfort, to get the comfort. So I might have to write scripts in a situation with no comfort in order to one day write scripts in a situation with comfort. And staring at one spot in my ceiling while all these lights are moving in that same spot is really making me feel like I'm moving, even though you can tell from the camera movement that I'm not. And I can only imagine how you feel. So if these videos do inspire you, I just want to put out that I plan on putting these videos out raw, as in not editing them at all, not even trimming them, just straight uploading in an MOV file instead of having to convert because I don't have the proper software, and I actually feel like I'm about to fall. This is crazy. This is crazy. Anyway, my personal life is crumbling and my professional life is taking off. And even if my professional life is not taking off, it would still have to take off because my personal life is starting to crumble more and more. It's like I'm getting to the point in my life to where I'm 25 and I'm gonna have to just be living on my own, away from my family, and that's cool. I never had a problem with that. When I graduated high school, for 9 months, right after that, I moved out with 2 roommates into the care of some multi-millionaire business teachers that were helping us out, and that's for sure.